What up? You watching another episode of Dallas Bonnets, where we talk black. I got my sister here, Z, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her introduce herself and what it is that she do, and we just gonna get into it.
What's up, y'all? I am ZZ. I'm a comedic social commentator. I make YouTube videos. I'm on Instagram. I model. I host, things of that nature. And of course, I'm B1 pro-black, especially FBA. You feel me? I'm for the FBA family. But
You
shout out
probably
to you.
like,
Thank you for having me on.
you probably rock with Tariq a lot, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely do. Definitely.
Yeah, that's my dog. I follow him on the ground. I fuck with him.
Yeah, me too.
So it's a lot of like little small platforms like this that's been kind of rising up. Yours probably bigger than mine, but you know what I'm saying? Like these upcoming platforms I've been seeing, it's a whole lot of them. So what exactly is the significance of these platforms, and what exactly do you think is our responsibility?
You mean just as far as like social media platforms?
Right, right. The black ones specifically.
Well, of course, I guess it's our responsibility to, speak truth to power, and liberate the minds of our people as much as we can, I would think that if you be one or pro-black, that would be at the forefront of your mission, is to awaken the minds of our people that sleep, because there's a lot of us that still fucking walk around this joint sleep as hell. So, sadly, but sure.
Yeah, and a lot of us, I'm seeing like, a lot of us ain't even really listening to the information. Like, I come to my boy all the time and tell him, like, bro, look, this what I've been hearing, this what I heard, woo, woo, woo. And they be like, bro, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are just oblivious to what's going on. We don't even understand the importance. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Damn. But, I had seen online, you had posted a video on Instagram. I think you do a lot on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I seen that you posted something with the caption, protection comes with standards, right?
Yeah.
And I was really hoping that you could explain what exactly does that mean, and kind of maybe go a little more in depth about our responsibility to each other as black people.
Yeah, of course. Well, protection, yeah, it comes with standards, I think a lot of women, especially modern black women, we get lost in the hype of our egos, and we're bossing up, we're getting college degrees, we're traveling, we're da-da-da, whatever the case may be. But then we lose where our place is, and we lose where it's like we kind of make
our place. What you mean our place?
Our place is women, our natural place is mothers, our natural place is wives, our natural place is as teachers, as nurturers of the planet, we lose we get lost in the ego and, and especially in modern times of trying to establish or accomplish really what men are trying to accomplish. We're trying to build infrastructure. You hear a lot of women talking about trying to build generational wealth, when really it's our place to help our men do those things. We're supposed to be at the back end of those things, letting promoting our men doing that, but we get caught up in trying to do the same thing. And so within that, we forget that while we're losing our place, we're not holding ourselves to the standards that our men want to set, so we're out here, we're busy trying to get degrees and focus on career, but then we're forgetting that our men need mothers. Our men need them to nurture their children, to further their legacy. That's where our place is. And so that's what we forget. Like, yeah, protection comes with standards. You can't be out here talking about I'm an independent woman, I don't need no man, I got a bag by myself, I can do it all by myself, and then turn around and get mad when a brother don't help you and something happen to you, or you get mad when you don't have a man to do for you as a woman who is a wife has. So you can't expect that same treatment if you're not in that same position. You're not in the wife's position, you're not in the mother's position, you're not in your natural position as a woman, and so you're not going to receive that from a man. There's no balance there. You're trying to take his position while expecting him to still be in his position and do for you. When you're doing for self, you should not be doing for yourself. You should be doing for your man, doing for your family. That's our natural roles, but we get so caught up. Again, it's the modern time. So yeah, protection comes with standards. We have to be able, we can't just expect men to hold up their end of the bargain and not hold up our positions, because we still expect them to protect, we still expect them to provide, we still expect them to discipline and be good fathers and things of that nature. but we don't want to be on the back end of things. We don't want to balance that out and be in our position. So yeah, it comes with standards. Get in your place. If you want that position, then you need to play your role.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people don't like this, but it's real though. We've probably both heard a lot of black men say that, you know, black women aren't submissive. You know what I'm saying? And with all of these things that you're telling me a woman should play her role, it's real difficult, in my experience, to find a woman that's able to play those roles and still maintain some level of submission. And so I'm not necessarily saying that, you know, that's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that's my experience. And I also don't think black women aren't submissive. I think that in my experience, they're just a little more selective with their submission than maybe other women. And so
yeah, that's true too.
But what I'm seeing arise in a lot of black women dating outside of their race, what is it that you think as a woman that we should be doing to keep our families together? Because I see us getting fucked up. I see us, you know, we can turn up together. I see we can make babies together and we can do all that, but our families aren't staying together. I don't know my daddy. I ain't never met my daddy. My mom ain't never met her daddy. Our families aren't staying together. So what is this missing? What are we missing that our kids need to know about so we can prevent this in the future?
Well, for one, we definitely, I think for the most part, honestly, on both ends now, we're starting to see it, but it's more so on black women than it has been for a while. It's the lack of duty for the community. Like, honestly, when it comes down to it, staying with your man, marriage, having a nuclear family, it's not about us. It's not about to further your career. It's not about so you can secure a bag. It's not about for you to live comfortably. It's about the progression of your people. That's the sacrifice that you have to make, is get with a man. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't know if you're gay, you've been doing this, whatever the case. Getting with a man is the best thing you could do, the best contribution you could make towards your community. Point blank, period. So if you talking about you B1 or you're pro-black, you cannot be if you walking around here single and you ain't got no damn kids. That is your contribution. A mother is first. That is the first bit. Playing your role, that is the number one contribution you can make as a woman or as a man. Getting with a black man, getting back with a black woman. Either way, it goes both ways. That has to be at the forefront of our, list of responsibilities. It has to be at the top. Is getting with each other and choosing to stay with each other. We can't just leave. A lot of the marriages, of course, and this is why I got to put it on a lot on black women, because a lot of times we leaving. It's not the men that's leaving, it's us that's leaving. And
I see both. You
see both, but from statistics, we leave 80% of the time. It's us, majority of the time, we're leaving the relationships. For whatever reason, it's us leaving first. It's us making the decision to file the papers to leave first. And honestly, my mother been married twice. She left both times. Now, both egregious situations, but she left both times. I can't ignore that, So this is it's something common we've seen, especially with women my age, the younger generations and younger. We've seen our mothers choose the independent route. We've seen our mothers, I could do it by myself. I can do bad all by myself. If I speak down on our fathers, turn us against our fathers and things of that nature. I've seen it firsthand, and I know other women who have gone through the same things. And so we've grown into this mentality, and now we have a whole nother generation of women who's thinking we could do this shit without our men. That will be the cause of our destruction. It has been the cause of our destruction. And so this is what I'm saying. It just goes back to playing a role. If you don't want to do anything for the black community, do that. And that will change, that will fix damn this, half of our fucking problems right there. Just getting together and choosing to stay together. Okay, you don't have to, I'm not promoting toxicity or what's the trauma bonding, shit like that. But the point is, we gotta choose this. We can't just be leaving just because our feelings are hurt. We can't just be leaving because you feel like you deserve better, because you feel like you settled, because whatever the case may be, even because the man cheated on you, whatever the case, but like we have this certain shit we just gotta learn to get over and choose to stay with each other just for the reason, just for the purpose of us promoting lengthening our lineage and strengthening our families. Point blank period. For the progression of our people, point blank period. Stay with your damn man. Get a man and stay with that. Point blank period.
Yeah, and I seen for so long they were saying that a lot of the women was leaving because of Section 8 and all of that, right? They took the man out the home, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But from what I see, and even though that may be true, But from what I see, these women ain't even on Section 8. They just don't got baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? They just living with their kids and doing their own thing. So it's like, damn, like, I don't really understand how the white man not even taking the men out the home. The women are just doing it on their own. Like, and it's like, damn, I don't understand. It's crazy.
Now Kevin, Kevin Samuels, he makes that point a lot that there was a time when black male unemployment was very high. And when it started to decrease, the numbers started to decrease. Instead of the black women's numbers on welfare, usually you would think it would start to decrease as well, but it stayed stagnant and started actually to increase. So as our men started to provide more, we decided to lean on the government more. So it's like,
that's a crazy statistic. That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know, but we were choosing but that just shows the feminist modern mentality that we were stepping into, that separation that we were stepping into, the further away we were getting to our man, thinking that independence was the route to liberation, and it never was. It was only the route to destruction. Still is.
For sure. Well, since we talking about family, let's talk about the gay agenda. I had seen you talking about that on live the other day, that choir in San Francisco. You know, all them white boys that did that. I just made a video about that on my podcast, talking about the homosexual agenda. So, like, this is for real. Like, I've seen shit in cartoons. I done seen, matter of fact, it's a gay manifesto that they made in the 80s talking about how they was gonna do this shit to the whole world. You gotta Google it. It's crazy out here. So I'm trying to figure out, with them pushing homosexuality on us, it's real controversial with people deciding how our people are being conditioned to be gay, right? And just real quick, something I seen Farrakhan said. He was bringing up the example of medication, right? And he's saying, you notice how when you watch them commercials and they'll say, if you take this and you start having suicidal thoughts, to stop immediately, right? And so basically he's saying, if these people manage to make a sane person by way of a pill think suicidal thoughts, why wouldn't it be fair to believe that they can make a straight person think homosexual thoughts? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking by way of medication, by way of the food we eat, by way of the things we see on TV, all of these things, right, play a psychological toll on our sexuality. And so how is it that us as content creators can combat this homosexual push? Because you heard them on the video saying quietly and subtly that they'll convert our children. So how is it that we can boldly and outspoken combat that?
Well, one, again, making sure you're speaking truth to power, and that's in every sense. And you know, it gets a little sticky in that area when you're talking about exposing some of the LGBT agendas or gay agendas that's even surrounding that community. You know, it gets a little sticky, especially for Black people that's that have like PC platforms, you know, because they feel like they don't want to lose that group, or they don't want to misspeak and end up canceled, whatever the case may be. But I mean, that's just, as far as Black Americans, that's just a hard truth we got to make sure that we expose, you know, especially for our children, for the next generation, because they are literally coming for them, like literally in schools.
Literally.
I mean, it literally in every sense at this point, you know, so we don't have a choice but to be vocal about certain things, you know, things that are inappropriate, especially pertaining to children, you know. And combating that, you know, even just doing, like you said, you reacted to the choir and things of that nature, just having that on a consistent basis, exposing the Lil Nas X's, the, you know, things on Sesame Street, things inside the children's books, things, you know, all these things we have to take time to really pay attention to and expose, you know, and talk to our children. Like, really, that's a big thing as well, because a lot of it goes over, like, goes unnoticed. You know, a lot of the programming goes unnoticed because we, especially in the 21st century, we got kids just, you know, a lot of these parents will just throw their kids on a laptop or give them a tablet, give them their phone, and let them just scroll for 3-4 hours before they talk to them again, you know? And all of that time that they scrolling, they're catching all of these subliminal messages, some of which they're clear about, some of which they don't know, and it's still programming them to hypersexuality or to sexual confusion, whatever the case may be. So you have to be able to filter that, you know, certain apps, certain, you know, programs, certain movies, certain shows, your children, you have to kind of shelter them from.
You
know,
can watch sometimes these cartoons, they'll have ads in the cartoons.
Literally.
Like,
I mean, for real.
Shit, like,
it's literally, that's what I'm like, you have to be kind of more hands-on. It's going to take, and it's harder. That's why I said, well, even in the 21st, because people think that you can just give them the tablet and they be all right for 2-3 hours. But if there's certain shit that pop, even on YouTube, kids YouTube, I seen the gay flag. It was a gay parade thing doing Pride Month on kids YouTube. I had a block for my nephew's, my sister had a block for my nephew's, little YouTube account. So it's like literally the shit is everywhere. You cannot miss an opportunity to try to, at least look over what they're looking at, because they make it so subliminal, or they make it so even blatant in a way that you wouldn't even think it will be up there. They'll just put 2 gay parents in a TV show, or something like that, and you don't even realize that your kid's watching it till you walk into the room and you like, what the fuck is going on? Why you got two dudes kissing on the TV? Oh, that's just Bobby's parents. So he's on the party, and now you got a whole nother conversation you got to have with your child.
Right.
That's just real. So you got to be more hands-on with your children. You got to be vocal about what you see and expose the truth at any point's necessary. You can't be afraid to speak on that shit, for real.
Yeah, when I was a kid, it was gay kids in high school, you know what I'm saying? And, high school, that's 13, 14 years old. It was kids that was gay. Mostly it was girls that was gay. And you'll see a gay boy sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like they seem like they're targeting the babies. They really want the babies to come up with this information and see it as normal.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids, they'll be gay in high school and then be normal once they get out of high school. Like, it's really just a phase. But if you condition them to believe it's normal as babies, they'll already be developed and knowing what they like by the time they get in high school. These kids don't even know what they're doing.
Right. That's a fact.
But this shit crazy. Well, just switching gears a little bit, I want to talk about police brutality. Because police brutality is something that I really take very seriously. Without getting too deep into it, I take it very seriously. But I want to know, we seen a whole lot of shit going on last year, which really got a lot of our ambition going. A lot of the things that we were seeing last year with the riots and blah, blah, blah. I don't really think we made much progress. Looking back at where we was at and where we at now, we still in the exact same boat. I mean, like, for real, for real. So how exactly do you think that we made some mistakes with how we responded last year? And if so, how exactly should we be going forward into next year? Because, begging Joe Biden to sign some kind of police reform bill is a waste of time, and anything else that we've already done has shown to be all these niggas walking off the basketball court talking about Breonna Taylor and then going back to work the next day is a waste of time. So I'm trying to figure out, what exactly are we supposed to be doing? What exactly should we be doing to actually see some fucking progress? Because what we doing ain't working.
Well, I will say
we ain't got all the answers. I already know we ain't got all the answers, but
I know I don't got all the answers. And honestly, I think that's more of a question for a brother to answer, because that's something that men will have to be at the forefront of, honestly. So I would pass that up for a brother to answer better than me. But just based on what we've done in the past, that's not us reacting like that last year was nothing new. You know what I'm saying? We've done like that from the riots in the 80s to motherfucking the riots in the 60s to that, you know what I'm saying, to even going back before then. So we've always kind of done that in response to police brutality or to domestic terrorist attacks and white supremacists, period. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times it does work, but it just depends on, see, last year it was kind of politicized, and a lot of it honestly wasn't us. A lot of it was Antifa. A lot of it was what was it? The anti-Antifa. What is it? The Trump people, whatever the fucking game.
Right. All of them.
All of it. But a lot of it was politicized outside of our community. You know what I'm saying? So although it was Black Lives Matter at the forefront, it was really left swingers and right swinger white people, liberals and conservatives going against each other and shit like that. It wasn't really. It was kind of outside of us. We kind of got the loot, and we got to come up off that. We got to come up off some of the, so we did some of the protesting, but a lot of that shit was politicized from outside of our community,
Sure.
which is
For
why
sure.
also I think it wasn't as effective as you see from the riots in the 80s, or even going back to the Gullah Wars or things of that nature. Like, it wasn't as effective because it wasn't stemming strictly from us, you know.
Right. Right.
But also, I mean, shit, you know.
I mean, well, I guess I just specifically asked a woman because a lot of us growing up out here in neighborhoods like this, I don't know what your neighborhood is like, but you know, I'm in the hood, and a lot of these women out here got kids by themselves, you know, and so a lot of women need to know what they need to be telling their kids and what we need to be doing, because there's no men to tell us what to do. And even the men that we do have out here, these niggas ain't talking about shit. These niggas talking about sports and dumb shit. I don't know. That's just our situation, but.
Shout out to Ozone Wallace. They come after that brother too. I think he got a court date coming up as well.
Who?
Ozone Wallace, you know, the brother who got mistakenly well, I'm sorry, they trying to say that he shot this police officer in the head. And I think
missed that.
Yeah, now you gotta look at Ozone Wallace. Yeah, they trying to get that brother death penalty.
Damn, who is it?
Yeah, now you gotta look that up. We stand with Ozone as his donation site. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's they trying to get that brother, but I believe he's a part of NFAC as well. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Otha Wallace. This is his real name, Otha Wallace.
I'm gonna see what he's talking about. All right. The last thing I want to talk about is that Meek Mill thing, right? And I just made a video about that too. About the I don't know if you've seen it, about the artwork he had on the side of his bus of all these black women looking like how they was looking. And I was really more upset about the white boy that was, you know, calling him out on his shit. Because I thought it was kind of embarrassing that a white boy has to tell us how to clean our shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We couldn't do that ourselves. And so I'm wondering, do you think that rappers that do shit like that are really a problem for all women? Because, like I say, I just made a video about this, talking about this. We got girls out here that's 15, 16 selling pussy, you know, and not just here, that's everywhere. You know, these girls are 17, 18 trying to dance. Before they even try life, they just want to dance. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, do you think that rappers that promote this kind of shit to our women are a problem, or not so much? Because, you know, it's not like we don't have positive rappers out here too. You know what I'm saying? So what's your opinion on that?
Well, about Meek Mill specifically, I will say, now I wasn't a fan of the cover art. You know what I'm saying? I did think it was a little inappropriate and hypersexualized black women, but also a black woman made that damn cover art. She made it. He actually didn't give her any creative direction or anything. He just told her what the album was about and let her make it, and that's what she came up with. So I mean, we can be mad at the brother, but you know, we gotta be mad at the sisters too, because that was the sister who made that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I talked about this on my live, and it's like, even if it wasn't a sister who made it, we still gotta be real. You know, I don't like the cover art, but I mean, that's a real representation of a lot of black women right now. Look at the culture that we promote. Look at the top rock artists, the top social influencers, the top, like, whatever the case may be, that we promote, that we praise. This is the nature of what they promote to us, of what they represent us as. It's hypersexualized black women who don't want nothing but a bag and want a nigga to give us another bag and not worry about motherhood or kids. That's why there was no kids or mothers in that damn picture were overweight. It was an overweight black woman in that joint. Like, I mean, that is what we've come to. So it's sad that I want to be offended, but it's also like, damn, I got to be real with myself. This is real. I walk outside. This is what I see. I see women who are over-sexualized. I know women, my friends, the women in my family, I hear what they talk about, how they speak about men. I see how they talk about sex and relationships and the masculine energy that they hold. You know what I'm saying? And the hypersexualized lack of, you know, modesty that they present themselves in. You know, I can see it. Like, even the consciousness is like myself. You look at my Instagram, all my shit on my Instagram, everything is not modest. Even the way I talk, the way I present myself, I got fucking pictures with baby suits on and shit. I ain't got no man out here protecting me. What the hell, you know? So it's like, I can be mad, but I gotta look at the real, like, what, he not pulling this shit out of thin air. The sister wasn't pulling this shit out of thin air. She's looking at the culture for what it is. This is how we present ourselves. This is how not only outsiders see us, but now we see in our fucking selves. It's sad. But that, in order for us to be real with each other, we gotta be real. This is what who said that? Nina Simone, I believe, said that in like the 70s. Like, artists have a responsibility to represent what is going on in those times. Like, what's going on in their times. We can be mad at Meek Mill, but what the fuck is going on? Look at Megan Thee Stallion. Every song, every hit that she had is about dominating the man or being on some thot shit. She literally got a song called Thot Shit. I mean,
literally.
I'm just saying, you know, we
crazy.
can be mad at the man, but can we be honest too? Can we be real with ourselves? Like, okay, like she got a point. Like,
I mean,
not blind out here.
I'm more mad at the mindset, you know, because even if I didn't know a black woman made it, but honestly, I didn't really care. Like, either way, we have to at some point speak against the mindset, bro, because the niggas ain't doing it for nothing. They doing it because the women are willing to do it, and the women do it because these niggas come out them pockets. You know what I'm saying? So both of us are equally as responsible, and it ain't Meek Mill fault because rappers do this shit all the time. So everybody's responsible. You feel me? I feel like we all responsible for each other, but I got daughters just like a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like, bro, we cannot allow another generation of our women to become prostitutes. Like, we can't let that mindset become normalized. That's not okay. That shit is nasty. The white man really made a lot of good points. Like, bro, is this really how we want to see ourselves for real? For real?
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real. Like, I don't want to see us like that. And I'm not finna just roll over and accept it because that's how it is. Fuck that. Like, that's not right. On your bus, my nigga?
And then on a public school bus, on a public bus, period, I'm like, come on. It is.
Like, on your album, okay, that's your album. But a bus, bro?
Yeah, on a bus, that was egregious. Sounds to die. He was definitely tripping on that, for sure. Yeah, but that's why it also goes back to my point. Like, we got to be able to speak truth in all aspects. And even with black women, like, it shouldn't have took for a white man to get up on the internet to say something for us to be like, yo, we should be saying something about this cover. Like, black women should have been on that. Why the fuck is that? Why is he representing us in that light? It should have been a black woman who seen that bus and been reacting to it. You know what I'm saying? Or even seen the video and been reacting. Like, there's not a lot of, but I ain't seen that many women talking about it. I seen a couple brothers in the manosphere talking about it.
I seen maybe one or two people. And that's about it. Maybe one or two people, maybe three people. But I don't really just be watching other people's shit though. So
yeah, you know. But the point is, it's not enough of us that's coming out. If it was, honestly, he probably would have changed it, or at least came out with an apology or something like. But he didn't feel the need to do that because the first person that went viral, the most vocal about it, was a damn white man. Like, what the? Who would that? It ain't got shit to do with you. You know what I'm saying? When it should have been one of us. You know, it should have been a black woman, even if it was another rapper, another influencer who would just made a video directly to him, went live with the brother, whatever the case may be, and checked him about it. But that never happened. Because sadly, that's how a lot of us see ourselves. We don't see nothing wrong with that shit.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know. But I really appreciate your platform, looking at the things that you talk about. You seem to have a decent understanding of what femininity is, and you know how a woman should carry herself, a woman's role, quote unquote, in the black family. So I really fuck with like a lot of your content, like for real. You know, I can see you going far. You know,
thank you. I appreciate you, man. I like your content too, though. Very B1 on code. That's why I had a rock with you. I say, let me go ahead and talk to the brother right quick. See what he got going on. Yeah, your joint gonna grow though for sure.
I'm real blunt. I'm real straightforward with it, and just like, I'm not with all that tiptoeing. Like, let's just get it out. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, I do appreciate you though for tapping in with me. We ain't finna be here all day. I appreciate you. I'ma get all this shit together, and I'll let you know whenever I get ready to post it or whatever. But if you got like products, or if you got like a book or whatever you do on the side, you feel me? You can, you know what I'm saying, give yourself a shout out.
Shoot, just make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, A to Z TV, my Patreon, which is also A to Z TV. Follow me on Twitter, Shata_you, Instagram __CFWM, and my backup Instagram I just made __CFWM2, because they're trying to cover me. All right, you know they ain't playing by that jab, and I'm going hard on this jab. So yeah, they might be trying to take my shit a little bit.
I feel you. You see, I skipped over that shit too.
Right.
Anyway.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh,
you know, I ain't, cause I was gonna tap in with it, but I chopped it up with RZA about that shit like a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna put all your information, all the links to everything is gonna be in the description. Everybody can follow you, do whatever. I'm gonna put my shit down there too. So y'all tap in with us. But yeah, once again, thank you, sister, for sure. And you can get with me whenever.
All right, man. Thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed this.
For sure. Holla at me.